The United National Party warns that Sri Lanka will have to face a serious challenge at the International Human Rights Summit, which will be held in March this year. General Secretary of the party, Thissa Attanayaka, points out that the government is not showing any signs of attempting to avoid this situation.
The proposal against Sri Lanka, which will be tabled at the International Human Rights Council Summit in March, will pose a big challenge for us. The government is showing no signs that it is attempting to avoid this challenge. The decisions that were taken over the past few years on how to rectify things have not been implemented as yet. Fingers have been pointed at us, charging that the Sri Lankan government is a government which violates human rights. We are facing a grave risk. We are due to host the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in the near future. The General Secretary also expressed these views. We protect the people of this country and not the rights of the Lamborghini class. What the people expect is relief which will help them in their daily lives. Earlier they spoke of a family tree and creating a dynasty, but the people rejected it. The dynasty was swept away by the people in 1977. But what has happened today? Today a dynasty in this country cannot be limited to a single family tree.
The leader of the New Left Front, Dr. Vikramabahu Karnaratne, charges that many foreign investors who arrive in the country obtain bank loans and subsequently disappear. He expressed this view at a media briefing organized by the Unity Through Power Devolution organization today.
Foreign investors obtain loans from Sri Lankan banks on many instances and utilize these funds for various purposes. After they do so, they disappear. They do not invest the majority of the money for the development of industries. Instead, they invest in various rackets.
Several other politicians also expressed their views during this media briefing.
Today, a situation has arisen where provincial council power cannot be obtained based on the 13th Amendment to the Constitution. We request the government for political power. Give us power. Give us the 13th Amendment, provincial councils and the right to speak the Tamil language. They are providing us with things which we have not requested. This government is not giving us what we requested. That is the situation in the country. Therefore, we would like to tell the government not to make a mess in 2013. We are fighting for 13 plus, which means we are fighting for 13. I believe he is preparing to give the 13 plus in 2013. All those who watch TV can see the disappointment of government ministers. Our hope is that in 2013, all communities should unite and live happily. And up next is the newspaper cartoon of the day.
You're watching Primetime News live here on News First. It's time now for a short commercial break.
Stay with News First.
Welcome back to the news.
It's time now for the newspaper story of the day.
Up next is Action TV.
These incidents which occurred in Kundasale today shows the extent some would go to in order to build a personal image. Regardless of the state of education, in the 1000 secondary schools program, in which the name of the father of free education in this country is also being flaunted, today's incident shows disregard for the safety and security of students. Students of the primary section of the SWRD Bandaranaike Navodaya school in Kundasale, who were left without a school when it was brought under the 1000 secondary schools program, started the new term today at an old school with a new name. Although a new signboard has been erected, not even the termite nests have been removed in these environs maintained by the SWRD Bandaranaike Vidyalaya in Kundasale. The premises were closed in 2006 considering the risk posed to the students' safety through the proximity of the Victoria Reservoir. The responsible authorities came to realize this risk in 2001 when a student at the school fell into the reservoir and drowned. Today, these premises pose an even greater threat due to the fact that as a result of 6 years of neglect, even the protective fence that had been erected is in shambles. It did not take long for the parents to realize that the Central Provincial Education Authorities, who had been so irresponsible as to move their children here, had not even provided any kind of sanitary facility. The Central Province Additional Director of Education was forced to arrive at this location today after attempts made by the authorities to calm the despondent parents with the assistance of the police failed. Does the temporary solution to relocate these children at the SWRD Bandaranaike Navodaya school disguise a more sinister intention of moving the children back to this insecure location as soon as time permits? Governor of the Central Province, this one is over to you.
Director of the National Museum Nanda Wickramasinghe resigns. Director of the Department of National Archives to act as Director of the National Museum. 1 month and 24 days have lapsed since the position of Director of the National Museum became vacant. Why is it that the position of Director at the National Museum, which was dropped last year, still vacant? Won't allowing administration to crumble at the museum simply be a case of courting disaster?
The best cut. Make your choice now.
මේ ජනවාරි මාසේ අවසන් වෙනකොට කාට කාටත් පඩි අතට එනකොට දැනෙනවා මේකේ ජීවත් වෙන්න අමාරුයි ජීවන වියදම ගොඩක් ඉහළ ගිහිල්ලා තිබෙනවා කියලා.
සමාජයට නැති බැරි මිනිස්සු වෙනුවෙන් වැඩ කරන මිනිස්සු වෙනුවෙන් කතා කරන්නට ක්‍රියා කරන්නට වැඩ කරන්නට නීතිය හදන්නට ආණ්ඩුව හදන්නට ආණ්ඩුව වලට බලපෑම් කරන්න නායකයන් බිහි වෙන්නේ නැත්නම් මේ සමාජය කුස් සමාජයක් බවට පල් වෙනවා.
ආරක්ෂක ලේකම්තුමා කරන හොඳ වැඩකට සහයෝගය දීලා අපි දේශපාලන පක්ෂ වශයෙන් අපි වැඩ කරන්නේ.
Vote now for your favorite cut of the day. Log on to www.newsfirst.lk or SMS to BEST space your choice and send it to 7788. For the best cut of the day, watch News First on Sirasa TV at 10 tonight. The best cut. Make your choice now.
Moving on to more local news, the police used tear gas to disperse a protest which was held in the Moragaha Hene area in Horona. Reports emerged that the police had also baton charged the protesters. Now, according to police media spokesperson SSP Prashanta Jayakodi, the protest was launched by a group of workers at a private factory. The police media spokesperson added that the police were forced to use tear gas and baton charge the protesters as they were behaving in an unruly manner and had attacked 2 buses. 10 protesters were arrested following the protest. SSP Prashanta Jayakodi added that a special investigation has been launched into the incident by the Horona and Moragahahena police. According to our correspondent, 2 police officers and 4 protesters who sustained injuries during the incident are currently receiving in-house treatment at the Horona hospital. Starting off with a look at some cricket news, Sri Lankan captain Mahela Jayawardene says that the team will take on Australia in their 3rd and final test tomorrow with the intention of registering their first win against the hosts down under. Now, Australia have already clinched the series 2-1, but tomorrow's match at the SCG will give the visitors a chance at redemption. The Sri Lankan team is facing a setback as Kumar Sangakkara, Prasanna Jayawardena, Chanaka Velagedara and Nuwan Kulasekara will not play in tomorrow's test due to injuries. Team manager Charit Senanayaka said that as Shaminda Iranga has also sustained a leg injury, fast bowlers Nuwan Pradeep and Suranga Lakmal have a chance of featuring in the New Year test. Dinesh Chandimal will have the opportunity of being the wicketkeeper of the side.
The best way that we could win a test match would be try and create a situation for Rangana on a slow turner. So we just have to make sure that, till the 4th or 5th day we execute a good game plan and we stay in the game. So yeah, those are things that we will discuss after we having a look at the wicket and once we obviously finalize our team.
Australian all-rounder Shane Watson was ruled out midway through the series due to an injury. Australian skipper Michael Clarke said that fast bowler Mitchell Johnson's form with the bat is an additional strength for the team.
Glenn Maxwell's 12th man and Usman's still on standby. So I'm fit and playing, and we've gone with 4 fast bowlers and Nathan Lyon. The boys bowled really well in the last test match, and bringing Mitchell Starc back into the team obviously helps our bowling attack, especially with the form he's in. And Mitchell Johnson's batting, like I said, in Melbourne, is batting as well as an all-rounder now anyway, so I'm confident we've got enough batting still with Matthew Wade at 6, Mitchell Johnson at 7, and we've got extra bowling, which is a real positive for us.
Also, tomorrow's match will be Michael Hussey's final test for Australia.
So I think, he's one of those cricketers that any international cricketer would admire. I reckon he's the ultimate professional when it comes to playing the game. I think, he gave everything when he crossed that line. Personally, I've admired the way he had gone about playing cricket. He's a very tough competitor. Wish him well. I'm sure I'll come across him in those 2020 leagues in the next few years. Australian team will miss him. That's something that, all teams will go through. Cricket will move on. The people will come and go. So with Pant and Huss leaving this year, it's going to be tough for the Aussies going forward. But they'll find a way to get it together and move on.
Well, victory at the Sydney Test will give the Lankan Lions a chance to salvage some pride, with the Aussies leading the series 2-0. Meanwhile, the Sri Lankan squad for the ODI and T20 legs of the tour was named today.
The 16-member squad includes newcomer Kusal Janit Pereira, who is the top run scorer in this season's Inter-Club One-Day Cricket Tournament. The squad also includes Upul Taranga, Lasith Malinga, Tisara Pereira, Akila Dhananjaya, Ajanta Mendis and Jeevan Mendis, who did not feature in the Test series. Lahiru Thirimanne and Suranga Lakmal, who were called up for the 3rd Test, are also included in the squad.
And with that, we wrap up this edition of Primetime News. As always, it was an absolute pleasure having you with us.
I'm Mahina Bongso. Thank you very much for joining us. Good night.